Section 213. Narada continued. Then the celestial Rishis, the Siddhas and the high-souled Rishis, possessing the attributes of tranquility and self-restraint, beholding that act of universal slaughter, were afflicted with great grief, with passions and senses and souls under complete control. They then went to the abode of the Grand Sire, moved by compassion for the universe. Arrived there, they beheld the Grand Sire, seated with gods, Siddhas and Brahmarshis around him. There were present that god of gods, viz. Mahadeva and Agni, accompanied by Vayu and Soma and Surya and Sakra, and Rishis devoted to the contemplation of Brahma, and the Vaikanasas, the Valikilyas, the Vanaprasthas, the Marichipas, the Hajas, the Havimudas, and other ascetics of great energy. All those rishis were sitting with the Grand Sire when the celestial and other rishis approaching Brahman with sorrowful hearts represented unto him all the acts of Sunda and Upasunda, and they told the Grand Sire in detail everything that the Asura brothers had done, and how they had done it, and in what order. Then all the celestials and the great rishis pressed the matter before the Grand Sire. The Grand Sire, hearing everything they said, reflected for a moment and settled in his mind what he should do, resolving to compass the destruction of the Asura brothers. He summoned Vishwakarman, the celestial architect. Seeing Vishwakarman before him, the Grand Sire, possessed of supreme ascetic merit, commanded him, saying, "Create thou a damsel, capable of captivating all hearts." Going down onto the Grand Sire and receiving his command with reverence, the great artificer of the universe created a celestial maiden with careful attention. Vishwakrit first collected whatever of handsome creatures mobile upon the body of the damsel he created. Indeed, the celestial maiden that he created was almost a mass of gems, and created with great care by Vishwakarman. The damsel in beauty became unrivaled among the women of the three worlds. There was not even a minute part of her body which by its wealth of beauty could not rival upon it the gaze of beholders. Unlike unto the embodied Shri herself, the damsel of extraordinary beauty captivated the eyes and hearts of every creature. And because she had been created with portions of every gem taken into minute measures, the Grand Sire bestowed upon her the name of Tilottama. And as soon as he started into life, the damsel bowed to Brahman and with joined hands said, "Lord of every created thing, what task am I to accomplish, and what I have been created for?" The Grand Sire answered, "Koho Tilottama, unto the Asuras, Sunda and Upasunda. O amiable one, tempt them with thy captivating beauty. And O damsel, conduct thyself there in such a way that the Asura brothers may, in consequence of the wealth of thy beauty, quarrel with each other as soon as they cast their eyes upon thee." Narada continued, going on to the Grand Sire and saying, "So be it." The damsel walked round the celestial conclave. The illustrious Brahman was then sitting with face turned eastwards, and Mahadeva with face also towards the east, and all the celestials with face northwards, and the rishis with face towards all directions, while Tilottama walked round the conclave of the celestials. Indra and the illustrious Thanu, Mahadeva, were the only ones that succeeded in preserving their tranquility of mind, but exceedingly desirous as Mahadeva was of beholding Tilottama. When the damsel, in her progress round the celestial conclave, was at his side, another face, like a full-blown lotus, appeared on the southern side of his body. And when she was behind him, another face appeared on the west. And when the damsel was on the northern side of the great god, a fourth face appeared on the northern side of his body. Mahadeva, who was eager to behold the damsel, came also to have 1,000 eyes, each large and slightly reddish, before, behind, and on his flanks. And it was thus that the Sthanu, the great god, came to have 4 faces, and the slayer of Vala, 1,000 eyes. And as regards the mass of the celestials and the Rishis, they turned their faces towards all directions as Tilottama walked round them, excepting the Divan Grandsire himself. The glances of those illustrious personages, even of all of them, fell upon Tilottama's body. And when Tilottama set out for the city of the Asuras, beholding the wealth of her beauty, regarded the task as already accomplished. After Tilottama had gone away, the great god, who was the first cause of the universe, dismissed all the celestials and the Rishis. Thus ends the 213th section in the Rajya-labha Parva of the Adi Parva.